Now, if governments can't cut spending, their next move is to raise revenue, usually by asking younger workers to pay more. The problem is that raising payroll taxes hits every group that already feels squeezed by housing costs, student debt, and inflation. In places like the UK and Japan, younger generations increasingly doubt they'll ever see the benefits they're paying for, and if taxes climb too high, young mobile workers can simply leave to chase better opportunities in countries with lower burdens. But there's the fourth option: privatisation. In theory, privatised systems shift responsibility from the government to the individual, reducing the long-term strain on public finances. Chile tried this back in 1981. It replaced its state pension system with private retirement accounts managed by investment firms, and for a while it looked like a success. The model was praised internationally and even inspired parts of pension reforms in Latin America and Eastern Europe. But over time, cracks started to appear. Many workers couldn't afford to contribute enough, and market downturns slashed returns. The result was that pensions were far smaller than promised, and the people of Chile took to the streets to protest and demand reform. The Chilean government eventually had to step back and guarantee minimum payments, essentially re-socialising the system it had once privatised. Some countries have gone a different route with self-funded retirement systems that encourage people to save through tax-advantaged accounts. Here in Australia, our superannuation system, often just called super, is one of the best known examples. It's essentially a mandatory retirement savings plan built into the workplace. Employers are required to contribute a percentage of an employee's income into a personal account that workers can access once they retire. Employees can also top it up with voluntary contributions, and both are given favourable tax treatment to encourage saving. Over time, those contributions are invested into stocks, bonds, and real estate, growing into a large nest egg that supplements or even replaces government pensions entirely. It's a system that's been running for more than 3 decades, and it's transformed Australia into one of the world's biggest holders of retirement assets, more than $4 trillion in total. That's larger than Australia's entire annual GDP. In theory, the model takes pressure off public pension budgets by shifting responsibility to individuals and employers, but in practice, it comes with some big trade-offs. The generous tax breaks designed to reward people for saving cost the government dearly, roughly 1.9% of GDP every year in lost revenue. That's money that could otherwise be spent on healthcare, education, or infrastructure. So, while superannuation reduces the long-term pension burden, it also narrows the pool of funds governments rely on to run everything else. It's also not perfect from an equality standpoint. Wealthier Australians benefit the most because they're able to contribute more and take greater advantage of those tax breaks. Meanwhile, lower-income workers, who nominally benefit far less from lower taxes, end up relying on the same public pension system the policy was meant to relieve. So yes, it works, but mostly for those who are already doing well.